What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today we just got some pretty exciting news for Season of Discovery and Phase 6. Let's head over to Wowhead and take a look at everything that's coming. Okay, so this was just posted 22 minutes ago. Season of Discovery Phase 6 on November 21st and the Ahn'Qiraj War Effort. So it looks like this will be starting November 21st. Let's read through the post. Season of Discovery Phase 6 starts on November 21st with the Ahn'Qiraj War Effort, with the AQ raids opening on December 6th. Notable Season of Discovery changes to existing AQ content include AQ 20 will now be 10 to 20 players, while AQ 40 will be 20 to 40 players, meaning AQ 20 will be tuned for 10 players, but you can enter with up to 20, and AQ 40 will be tuned as a 20-player raid, and you can enter with up to 40. AQ 20 will reset twice per week, meaning Tuesdays and Saturdays, and the Dragons of Nightmare will be instance. You can fight all 4 in a single instance, and we'll get to that in a little bit. There's also a new reward system where players can unlock challenging mechanics for better loot by turning in their rewards. However, if you have too many deaths, your team could risk earning nothing at all. That's pretty interesting. Let's keep reading. So the blue post reads, face your fears when you gather your allies to confront the old god Cthulhu in Ahn'Qiraj, and the Dragons of Nightmare in the Nightmare Grove, plus more in Season of Discovery Phase 6. Before you go charging into Ahn'Qiraj, you'll need to begin your journey with the Scepter of the Shifting Sands questline, which begins ahead of the phase on November 12th with regional resets. Here's what you can look forward to in the weeks to come. On November 12th, the Scepter of Shifting Sands questline opens with regional resets. On November 21st, Ahn'Qiraj War Effort begins at 1 p.m. PST. The November 29th, the war effort ends, so it's 7 days, or 8 days rather. December 4th, the war heralding the arrival of Anubisath and the Qiraji warriors begins. December 6th, Temple of Ahn'Qiraj, Ruins of Ahn'Qiraj, and Nightmare Grove open. So that is when these raids will be opening. The event starts on November 21st, and then just a couple of weeks later, everything will be open. Bang a Gong. Players can begin a quest series to create the Scepter of the Shifting Sands, which will enable them to ultimately ring the gong on the realm they are on. Players who complete the quest between 1 p.m. PST on December 4th and 1 p.m. PST on December 6th will receive the Black Qiraji Resonating Crystal, which will summon a rideable Qiraji battle tank that can be used in the outdoor world as well as within the Temple of Ahn'Qiraj. So that's how you would get the mount. To join the war effort, supply the war effort against the sinister forces of Ahn'Qiraj. Both Horde and Alliance can bring a steady stream of supplies to the Valley of Spirits in Orgrimmar, or to the military ward in Ironforge to turn in for Ahn'Qiraj war effort supplies, containing useful items and Alliance commendation signets or Horde commendation signets, which can be used to gain reputation with your faction. While many of the necessary supplies can be obtained as loot drops or purchased from the auction house, having a profession that helps you acquire these supplies will also come in handy. Here's a list of items you'll need to set your sights on collecting. Players can continue to contribute materials to gain commendation signets even after the war effort ends. Pushing the enemy back. Join the battle to push back Anubisath and Qiraji warriors, which can be found in the Barrens and Thousand Needles for lower-level players, and Silithus, Tanaris, and Feralis for higher-level players. Defending against these incursions will give players a chance to earn gold, experience, reputation, and with the Brood of Nozdormu, along with a higher chance for rare drops. So a good way to farm your reputation there. And then opening the gates. At the completion of the 48-hour war, the Ruins of Ahn'Qiraj, a 10-player raid dungeon, and the Temple of Ahn'Qiraj, a 20-player raid dungeon, will open, allowing players to access the dangers and treasures within. Players will need to decide how far they want to push their luck to earn the greatest reward with the new system. After each boss, they'll need to make a choice between cashing in their rewards or enabling more challenging mechanics and trying for better loot. You'll need to balance the risk and the reward against each other, as too many deaths in the raid could mean your team earns nothing at all. So that is really interesting. So it seems like we've tried the fire resistance system with Molten Core, and now we tried the what do we call them? Affixes for BWL, and now this new system, kind of like this gambling system where you can kind of like make it a little bit more high risk, high reward. That sounds pretty interesting to me. I'm actually kind of on board with that. It sounds like it could be a lot of fun, right? Keep testing your luck, see how high you can go. But if you fail, you lose everything. Definitely not for everybody, but I am someone who really does enjoy like high stakes, high reward gameplay. And this sounds like something that could really be pretty interesting. So the Runes of Ahn'Qiraj. The Runes of Ahn'Qiraj is an outdoor 10-player raid dungeon located in Silithus, and players can traverse much of it while mounted. There's 6 bosses. Obviously, it's level 60. It's in Silithus. 10 plus players, so 10 to 20, and it resets 2 times a week, meaning Tuesday and Saturday. So then we have the 6 bosses are Kuranax, General Rajax, Moam, Buru the Gorger, Iamus the Hunter, and Osirian the Unscarred. I'm not going to read everything about each boss, otherwise this video will be super long. And then we have the Temple of Ahn'Qiraj, which is 20 players up to 40. It will reset every Tuesday with 9 bosses: the Prophet Scarum, Silithid Royalty, Battle Guard Sartura, Fangris the Unyielding, Visidis, Princess Huran, the Twin Emperors, Oru and Cthulhu, obviously. And then we have the Nightmare Grove. Enter the Nightmare Grove. Players can now face the Dragons of Nightmare, Emeris, Lethon, Terrar, and Yasandre in a single instance in the Nightmare Grove. Players can access the Nightmare Grove from the Emerald Dream Groves and will fight one of the 4 Dragons of Nightmare in whichever grove they arrive through first. Therefore, players can teleport to each boss in sequence. We look forward to having you join us in Season of Discovery Phase 6, and we'll see you in Azeroth. So that's it. We've got our date. We know when the war effort's starting. We know when the raids will open up. I'm pretty excited. I like this new system that they're talking about, this like high risk, high reward thing, kind of moving away from the affixes, moving away from the fire res stuff. Pretty interesting. I'm very surprised to see this announced today, though. What's today? Today is October 29th, with Warcraft Direct being on November 13th in just 2 weeks. Definitely a little weird. I thought this was going to be announced at Warcraft Direct, so kind of raising some eyebrows here as to why this was announced in advance. Maybe we're getting some other big announcements at Warcraft Direct. You know, in China, we got the classic vanilla fresh realms and the hardcore realms. There's been some talk of us possibly getting some fresh hardcore, maybe a fresh classic. I'm really on the hoping side of getting that fresh classic experience with progression into TBC and Wrath, but they need to let us know in the beginning that it's going to be something that resets all the time, and we have a TBC era server and a Wrath era server. That would make it super exciting for me. I would really be pretty much all over that. I'm really fiending to play some TBC at the moment. And then we have OnlyFang starting up next month too, which is really interesting. And last night on stream, myself, No Hit Jerome, Ebonheart, San Medina, Hello J Tello, a couple of creators, we got together and ran a level 10 Makara tournament on Defias Pillager, which was a lot of fun. And we're going to be trying to put together a race to Ragefire Chasm tournament, similar to the way they used to be run, with a little bit of a different rule set. So if you guys are interested in that, I have a sign up for it in my Discord. Join the community Discord and you'll see the Race to RFC channel there. You could sign up. That's going to be on November 8th, kind of ringing in, you know, before we get some fresh hardcore realms or vanilla, whatever is coming on November 13th. And we will be covering the entire Warcraft Direct live on Twitch. We're live every night, Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time at twitch.tv/hammerdance. So head over there, drop a follow. We have a lot of fun over there on stream. And if this video was enjoyable to you, if you got any information out of it whatsoever, hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss the next time I post a video. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching and listening in. I'll see you all in the next one.